Hey folks, Leo here once again. Welcome back to another Batman animated review. Hope you enjoyed my review of Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. That is on my YouTube channel right now if y'all want to check that out. Oh, and today we did a new year, which I'll be doing a video of that later tonight. But anyway, I'm going to try to do two Batman reviews for you today. Well, first being this one. And this film came out in 2014. It is the 19th film in the DC Animated Universe animated original movies, and the third film in the DC animated movie universe. Yeah, sorry if I said that, but that is, of course, Son of Batman. Yeah. Which, of course, is about the son of Batman named Damian Wayne. Now, to be honest, I thought this movie, it was alright. It was meh. I would say meh. I think this is a time waster, at best for me. Just was not big into this movie. There were some things I did enjoy about the movie. There are some good things to it, but just, yeah, I'll get into all of that later. But I thought it was alright. Definitely, not one of the best Batman animated movies, not one of my favorites. Probably one of my least favorites. Probably my first least favorite right now. Second will probably be Mystery of the Batwoman. There's those two, but like I said, I prefer Mask of the Phantasm over this. Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2. Batman Sub-Zero over this. Or Batman Beyond Return of the Joker over this. Or even the Batman vs. Dracula, even Batman Gotham Knight, and Batman Under the Red Hood, and Batman Year One, I'd probably prefer over this, but that's just my opinion. There's to be better Batman movies than this. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty weak film in my opinion. Wasn't awful, wasn't terrible, it's not like I'm gonna rant in this video. I just was meh about it, But as a Batman fan, I'm definitely, okay to own it, because being a Batman fan, I like going all Batman media that I can, being a huge Batman fan that I am. I'll be all on my Batman shirt. But anyway, like I said, this is the 19th film of the DC Universe animated original movie, and the third film of the DC animated universe. It is an adaptation of Grant Morrison and Andy Kubert's 2006 Batman and Sons storyline. Yeah. As you can see right here, the comic that is based on. The story is published in 4 parts. It was in 2006 the story arc came to be. I guess you can say the plot is basically the same as the movie. Or maybe a little different, I don't know. Yeah. We do have some things represented in this movie, but you don't have Joker in here. Yeah. But anyway, for the film soundtrack, you do have 27 tracks for it. Which I can kind of agree here. You have a voice cast. You have Jason Momoa as Bruce Wayne, O'Mara voicing Bruce Wayne Batman. I don't know, he came out first, but he grew on me. Now he has voiced Batman in other animated stuff. Like I think he voiced him in a lot of the Justice League animated films, Justice League War. I really love that movie. And of course the sequels of this movie. He also played in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. And I think he voiced Batman in The Death of Superman. Yeah, he did. In The Death of Superman and Reign of the Superman. But those were Superman movies. So. Stuart Allen as Damian Wayne, Robin. And he's of course continued to voice Damian. Thomas Gibson as Slade Wilson, Destro. Thought he did a really good job. Monica Bellucci as Talia al Ghul. That is, of course, Lee Tompkins, all beautiful woman herself. Yes, this was also the same year Gotham came out in 2014. So that'd be the same year not when she did this animated movie, but she also played Dr. Lee Tompkins. I think it was season 1 in Gotham when we meet her toward the middle of that. But yeah, but that was awesome that she did a Batman voice like her husband, Ben McKenzie, who voiced Batman in Batman Year One. That's cool. Sean Meyer voices Dick Grayson, Nightwing. General Spokes voices Rachel Gould. Alexander Berkeley voices Dr. Kurt Langstrom. Diana Michelle voices Francine Langstrom, Dr. Langstrom's wife. Fred Tosco as Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc. Bruce Thomas as Commissioner James Gordon. Habu, I can't say his name, but he's like the second right-hand man to Rachel Gould, his second right hand. I remember Penguin being in this. John Smith voices Bane, District Goons. D. Bradley Baker is the Joker cameo. Okay, yeah. Adriana Romano as Suit. Okay. Well, anyway, the film is written by Ethan Spaulding. Screenplays by Joe R. Lansdale. Joe R. Lansdale. Story by James Robinson. Based on characters according to the comic books of the same name. Produced by James Tucker. It's edited by Christopher D. Lotz. The music is by Frederick Woodman. Production company is Warner Brothers Animation Studios. It's distributed by Warner Home Video. It was released April 22nd, 2014, and it's 74 minutes long. Basically 1 hour and 14 minutes long, so it's not that long of a movie. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the plot synopsis of the movie real quick. So basically, the plot is basically this time around the son of Batman. Batman learns that he has a son named Damian Wayne who has been trained by the League of Assassins, and of course, because I guess he had a one night stand with Talia, and of course they had Damian. And to further complicate matters, the mother of Talia Ghul, daughter of one of his most dreaded enemies, Ra's al Ghul. When the odds quickly turn against Batman and Damian, Batman must become both father and mentor to the aggressive new Robin, and of course Damian becomes the new Robin. Together they form an uneasy alliance to try and thwart the criminal enterprise of Deathstroke, who basically has taken over the League of Assassins and killed Ra's al Ghul and his army of Man-Bats before their international conceit or whatever he's creating like this army of Man-Bats by Dr. Langstrom, and he plans to maybe like dominate the world or something like that. So Batman, of course, and Robin, Damian have to defeat and stop Deathstroke once and for all. So, and save Talia, who gets caught. But that's the main plot synopsis in the movie. Alright, now let me talk about the movie itself. 7 minutes. Hopefully the webcam, you guys can see me. Hopefully the light doesn't look too bad now. Hopefully y'all can see me well. Hopefully this doesn't bother you guys. If it bothers you guys, just tell me in the comments down below. I mean, I can close my blinds and turn my light on here. So one day I'll get a good man cave. So I like the movie posters behind me one day again. I want to do that, but I just don't want to do it here in this apartment complex. So only when I get my own place one day. But anyway, so Son of Batman. Pretty much the film opens with the headquarters of the League of Assassins. You see Ra's al Ghul, and he's telling Damian, this is your future League of Assassins. You will rule them one day. You find out Damian, like I said, he is the son of Batman. But he's being, of course, raised by Ra's al Ghul, and Ra's is, training him and teaching him, and basically to be his, kind of heir, as you can say. But anyways, what happens is rogue assassins, or League assassins, who are led by Slade Wilson, basically the ninjas attack League of Assassins, these rogue League of Assassins, you can call them, attack Ra's al Ghul. I do love the moment when he grabs a sword and Ra's just cutting him. You get blood clips. Now this film, when it comes to the action, it is good. This film doesn't hold back in action. This is blood and gore, bloody, brutal fights. So I wouldn't even say this movie is for little kids. Yeah, it's not. Talia tells Damian to go hide, but Ra's fights off these ninjas, and of course he comes against Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, and Slade, was a man that Ra's was going to be his successor, but apparently, until basically, I guess, he was a student of Ra's or whatever. Ra's was grooming him to be his successor, and I guess he, because of some Slade did, basically made Slade angry enough to get revenge and want to take over his organization. So, the only disappointing thing is that Slade and Deathstroke don't have a fight. I mean, Deathstroke and Ra's al Ghul don't have a fight. I mean, it's just for like a minute, And all of a sudden, the ninjas have this bomb go off in the building, and Ra's gets burned alive and tries to go to the, and Deathstroke is going to give a final blow to Damian attacks him. Damian cuts, his eye. And honestly, I don't like Damian Wayne. I'll say that right away. I do not like this character. He's such a little bastard. Sorry, I don't like him. He's a very unlikable character in here. But Damian cuts his eye. Then he finds Abu, who is Ra's right-hand man, like in Batman Animated Series Season 3, who turns on Ra's, which I don't buy that for a second, And Ra's al Ghul tries to make it to the Lazarus Pit, but he doesn't, and he dies for good. And he wants to put him in the Lazarus Pit, but Taz says, "No, Damian, let's go. It's too late." So she doesn't have time more. So, "Come on, Damian, it's time for you to meet your father." Then you get the opening title sequences, and you have Batman going up against. We see Batman for the first time going up against Killer Croc, and Croc is taking these drugs. Batman fights with him. He almost chokes Batman with his new tail. Batman tries to throw batarangs at him, but it doesn't hurt him. He also throws Batman out of the window, but Batman uses his back grapple and wants to get back inside. Of course, Talia shows up, shocks, gives part of shock to Killer Croc. And after defeating Croc, though, she tells, Croc goes to Arkham Asylum, by the way, and after that, she tells Batman, Bruce, because she knows he's Bruce Wayne, of course, she knows that, that after the one night stand, where she, I guess, drugged him, raped him, sort of, I guess you could say, but because of that, she got pregnant, and of course, he meets Damian, and Damian's like, "Hello, father, I thought you'd be taller," and of course, Bruce was unaware that he had a son. He didn't know this at all. Talia says, "I need you to watch over him, just take care of him," and so Batman does, and Damian is a bit of a smart ass too, because he's like, "Batman, let me drive the Batmobile. I know how to drive it." Batman's like, "No, but I know how." I'm like, "No, you little brat, you're not driving the damn car. I'm not letting him drive my car, I'll tell you that." And then Alfred says, "We have guests," and Alfred takes him to his room. He calls Alfred a servant. He's like, "Where are your other servants?" I'm like, Batman tells Damian, he's not a servant, he's a friend. And Batman asks Alfred to take care of him, give Damian a room. We also have cartoons in the video game for you, Master Damian. And, Alfred, gets sarcastic with him. And Damian's like, "Watch it, Pennyworth. I know sarcasm. I'm too young to know. I might be young, but I know what sarcasm is." And I like it when Alfred got him back. Alfred's like, "And I'm too old to care." I thought that was funny. Yeah, Alfred, get him. And Bruce is looking on the back computer to look up Ra's al Ghul. And when Alfred comes to him, of course, tea or whatever, he tells Master Bruce, let's Master Damian in his room. Sadly, I miss him already. Another sarcasm. But, I wouldn't miss him, because he's already calling Alfred a servant and everything. Even over Alfred, "Give me a brown sugar tea, this and that." I'm like, "No, you little brat, I'm not getting you nothing." I like to give him I don't like the church so much. Just can't stand Damian. I like to give my mouth to shut the hell up, Yeah. So Batman does do some detective work, which I did like. it's like up 5 a.m. in the morning, using this sword that it was from Bruce's grandfather or whatever, and he's cutting trees down, and even Alfred's hoping that the trees will win, which I thought was funny. And Bruce is like, he's got skills though, so of course he's going to go win in the process, do his job, and he wants, Bruce to help him find, because he ends up he sneaks out of the Wayne Manor, goes to Wayne Enterprises on his own, and is in Bruce's office. I'm like, well, what about you shouldn't be on people's computers, some invasion of privacy there. And then they say, I've been looking at Boo Boo, we need to go get him and kill him, kill Deathstroke. And Batman's like, we don't kill. It doesn't make you better than me. No, it makes me better than them. He's like, it makes me better than me. It makes me better. I'm like, I just cannot stand Damian. And Batman has told me a few times, no, we don't kill, because of his kill code. Batman used to kill, but he knows it's not right now because you become like them if you do that, Just Batman knows better. And you find out that Ray Priestley employed Dr. Lyncham. You see him talking to his daughter and saying, well, I'll come get something to eat. And all of a sudden this ninja kicks him, and Slade Wilson comes in, tells him, even chokes his daughter, saying, all right, you work for me now, Mr. Wilson. I'll kill your family if you don't. And basically he's creating this formula that is a Man-Bat serum, Man-Bat formula, because formerly, Kirk was the Man-Bat. Lyncham was the Man-Bat. I guess Batman helped him out, and due to that, he couldn't really refuse Ra's al Ghul, because I guess you can say maybe out of fear for his family as well. But especially now from Deathstroke, who was threatening to kill his family, and he's like, you can call me Slade Wilson. My name is Slade Wilson, but you can call me Deathstroke. I do like Deathstroke as the main villain in this film. Man, I really wish we had him in a live-action Batman film. We need that. Please, James Gunn, give us Deathstroke in a live-action movie. That'd be cool. And he captures his family, and he's making him, he's got these secret headquarters at this oil rig, and basically telling him, you want to make this formula for me, I'm going to kill your family, so he has them captured. Batman interrogates, he gets a lead from Killer Croc about the source of the mutagen. He figures out, that Lyncham's formula, that's where it's come from, and he says, Croc, you're coming with that, and Croc doesn't want to talk. He's like, screw you, Batman. And Batman, our friend Commissioner Gordon, just grabs Croc's tail and rips it off, and he's like, you're falling apart, Croc. And Croc's like, okay, I'll talk. But I do like it, though, that we've seen the Arkham Asylum. You see the Joker, just, little thunder, lightning flash, and you see Joker laughing. And then you see Two-Face in the background flipping his coin, which I thought was cool. Batman goes to Lyncham's apartment. He finds a mutated ape that tries to kill him. Batman's able to get away from him, and he defeats it. And there's a drone strike, and Batman gets out of there, though. Batman ends up getting a shrunken piece of evidence, finding out Deathstroke's involvement. And then Talia, by the way, leads an attack on Deathstroke, but her ninjas get killed, and she gets, Bruce doesn't stab her, so he just, hits her in the head, knocks her out. And as you say, they torture her, and he even asks her, who is the sperm donor, who is Batman? Because she knows the identity, and she's like, oh, never talk. Meanwhile, Damian leaves the back gang house down Abu, I guess you can say, is with these hookers, I guess you can say, but nothing happens, because Abu can tell, being a ninja, he can somewhat tell Damian's there, and him and Damian fight. Abu gets these Wolverine claws or whatever, him and Damian have a fight. And he wants to ask some question where Deathstroke out, but Abu refuses to talk until, Damian's about to kill him, and then Nightwing shows up. My sad disappointment is we didn't get to see a fight. I just would have loved to see, but I do like the little brat gets tied up. Nightwing just ties up the little brat, you see Damian, tied up in a rope, his mouth covered, good. But I just wish I would have saw him beat his ass. I'm like, I would have liked that, But, and again, he's such a little shit. A little, he's an ass to an asshole. Sorry, I just do not like Damian when he's an ass to friggin' Dick Grayson, saying, maybe you can learn how to do one of this or whatever, and then for a minute I thought Dick was going to cuss him out, and I'm like, Alfred, don't stop him. Let him, little bastard deserves to be cussed at, and he thinks that he's Robin, whatever, well, he wants to, Damian looks at the Robin and like, he's just not fit to be Robin. He tells Batman, Abu doesn't deserve to do anything, and Batman tells him, we don't kill, that's not the answer. You're a reckless man. And because of, Dick's action, Dick did, he stopped you from doing something stupid. And of course what happens? After fucking, excuse my language, after freaking Damian almost goes off and kills him, there's no issue. Batman just gives him the Robin suit. I mean, really. Yeah, so Damian becomes the new Robin. I'm like, really? After he tried to kill, and murder again, he was raised by the League of Assassins. So in his mind, killing is okay. In his head, he thinks he wants to kill, And I'm like, Batman, why would you? That's kind of one stupid thing Batman does in this movie. Why would you give him a Robin suit, the wig after him and stuff? I'm like, no, the little bastard needs to be tied up in his room and put there. Damian doesn't get information on the whereabouts, though. Yeah. Bruce even, I do like when Damian asks Batman, do you feel vengeance? He's like, every day. Even takes some, see a flashback of them going to this carnival, which they are this fair. They give this tip from Commissioner Gordon. The two head to this abandoned stadium. Batman sneak in there. Robin, I'm not calling one. Damian tries to break into the room. Tries to just go in and run in, and Batman's like, stop. And he's like, security cameras. So they have to sneak in. And he's like, Batman, how'd you know about this? And Batman's like, it's my business to know. They want to question Dr. Langstrom. He tells them about his family. Until Damian will, just attacks Langstrom, throws him out the door, and it gets the attentions of all the ninja assassins of the League, gets the attention of the League assassins, gets the attention of the League, and they come fight, and he wants to fight more and more coming. I'm like, which thank God it wasn't a whole bunch of army of them, because Batman and him would be dead if Batman wouldn't be reckless and bring his John Turner along, who was a loose cannon and a little brat in the first place. But they take him back. They take Langstrom back to the Batcave because Damian stops him. Damian has a sword to him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to kill him for a second there. But anyway, they get attacked by several man-bats. But Batman and him are able to swing up out of there. Batman puts these batteries up, which are like bat bombs. Dr. Langstrom reveals the whole thing about revealing the man-bat formula. Batman says that will help you as long as, he can make an antidote for it. And of course, he's willing to. And, because Batman and Batman and Damian do save the family, Langstrom's daughter gives, Damian this video, this phone, which is a video disc saying, this is where the order is at, telling him to come, and of course Damian, is able to sneak away because they're at a hotel, and Batman realizes this. Damian swims there, and he's such good at hiding, by the way. He walks right in front of two assassins. I see him, Robin pulls out a gun because he can run to Talia. Like, your boy, you're reckless. I'll let you here so I can kill you. And, he lets you tell her that he tries to, but Talia's like, Damian, no. She gets shot herself, and she dies. But, these man-bats go off because, in the cave, Deathstroke just has to call him. Batman gives Deathstroke a bit of a beating. I'm disappointed. I would love to see Batman, have a showdown, more of a showdown fight with Deathstroke. That would have been cool, But Robin fights him, and he says, what would they want you to do with you, boy? Batman tell you. And, Damian's like, they created something special. Me. And I'm like, you're not special, Damian. You're a train wreck. But anyway, he defeats Deathstroke and goes back to his mother, Batman and Talia, and they escape, but they can't get out of it because the rage's about following them. But by the way, Langstrom and Nightwing show up in the Batwing. Langstrom, which I thought was cool. The cool scene, Langstrom, fighting them, shooting these darts at them, which are the cure, which I thought that was cool. And Talia says that, give Damon permission that he can stay with his father, but she'll be back for him. And he says, make him great, Batman. And he's like, I will. Oh yeah, he doesn't kill Deathstroke. He's like, I'm a Robin now. I'm like, no, you're not. But anyway, after all that happens, when the ending takes place, you have assassins with, and at the end they're just watching Talia take off with her league, and being smart ass that he is, Damian's like, can I drive the Batmobile? I know how. No, you're not driving. And then so these see credits of the fight scenes with Damian, with Dick. I'm like, why can't we just see that in the movie? Why do we have to see cut to that? I'm like, But anyway, that's the end of Son of Batman. Before I give my final opinion on this movie, hold on. Again, this movie to me is okay. It's just meh. It's not terrible. It's not awful. I mean, I call it a good movie? No, not really. It's just a meh. Just kind of a movie for me, if you will. It's just meh. It's just okay. It's just a time waster for me at best. Barely. Not a fan of this movie. I don't hate it, but I didn't love it either. More like, one thing this movie had going for it was a few things, which I do like. Okay, first of all, I do like the animation. The CGI animation is really good. The action scenes are awesome. I like the blood squibs. The PG-13, you do have bloody images and suggest material here. You have bloody images. I like Talia al Ghul. She's pretty sexy in here, Sexy looking character as always. Deathstroke is awesome as the main villain. But there are some things that I was disappointed with. I do like his whole plan that he wants to take over, with Man-Bats. I think that was pretty cool. And I do like that he, worked with Ra's al Ghul. That was awesome. That he probably would have been his successor. I can see that happening. But I just felt like this one could have been a lot better too. But the animation, the directing, and the screenplay and the writing was okay. Now I know this was based off the comic book, but I really don't care that Batman has a son. To me, his son is Dick Grayson, Nightwing, the old Robin. He will always be a Robin to me, the first and the best of the Robins, always. Music score was alright, forgettable. The editing and the fight scenes, like I said, were good. The animation. And the voice cast I thought was good. Jason Moore's Batman does a good job. Margot Barici as, David McCallum from Ducky from NCIS. He's great in here. I think he's voiced Alfred before, but I'm not going to look at that up right now, but he was great. And I like the voice cast. The voice cast does a great job. Can't complain about that. Who voiced Deathstroke? Thomas Gibson. Yeah, he did a good job. I like seeing Killer Croc in here for a bit. It was awesome. I like Gordon. Voice cast was, the soundtracks were alright. And you do have sequels, which I will talk about, in more future videos, soon to be videos, which is Batman vs. Robin in 2015 and 2016 to get Batman Bad Blood, which, I'm going to be reviewing those too. But, okay, now my problems with is that the story itself, the whole thing with Damian, which it's mainly about him. I don't care about Damian. Like I said in this whole video, I don't like him. when Deathstroke was about to shoot him, I was kind of just hoping Deathstroke would have just shot him in the first place. I'm like, or just, because I don't believe Damian for 1 second could defeat Deathstroke. Deathstroke has been an assassin for years. He's very experienced, and he could, just because Damian's a really weak assassin doesn't mean he's the ultimate badass. I'm sorry. Even Batman can defeat Damian and himself. And of course Deathstroke could, but I didn't like Damian. Other things I didn't like. The things with some Deathstroke, I didn't like that they killed off Ra's al Ghul. I thought that was stupid. I thought it would be more interesting if, toward the end of the movie, if Ra's al Ghul came back to life. If maybe at the end credits you could have Ra's come back to life, I think that would have been cool. Maybe Abu redeem himself, get out of there, the hospital, and maybe somewhat, apologize to his master. I don't know if that would have worked, or Ra's would have ended him probably, but that probably would have been cool. I would love to see Ra's come back. Because he's one of Batman's best villains. Joker's still his best, but I would say, Ra's is definitely his second best. But Ra's is definitely one of Batman's greatest foes, in my opinion, and they shouldn't have killed him off. And, having Deathstroke being defeated, I'm like, no, you shouldn't have him defeated by Damian. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. And I wish there was a fight between more him and Batman. And I also wish, I would have seen Nightwing, kick Damian's ass a little more. I don't want to see cuts of it. I'd like to see the whole fight. But oh well. That's just some issues I have. But the story about the son of Batman, I don't care that Batman has a son. I know you're going to say in the comments below, people say, well, it's in the comics. I know, but I don't care. I just think he could have done a lot better. You don't have to stick to the comics mainly. And I do like seeing Dr. Kurt Langstrom here and using his Man-Bat formula. I like Deathstroke's plan and his plot for revenge. But I'd rather maybe him and Ra's team up. I think that would have been cool. I think it would have been a lot more impactful in the story, but, But overall, it's just an okay film, a time waster. I don't know what more I can say about it. Oh, and at least the pacing. The pacing is good. The film, like I said, is 74 minutes long. It goes by at a really good pace. Just like that. So, but it's not that awful. At least you do get action. And when Batman does some of the detective work, that was cool. That was interesting to watch. And I do like the Batsuit and the Batmobile and the Batwing. That's cool. All the Bat gadgets are always cool in these movies. In the Batman animated films, I always love the gadgets. But no problem I have with Batman here is letting, Damian become Robin. After he tried to kill Abu and he's like a loose cannon. I'm like, no, he does not earn to put on that Robin costume. He doesn't earn the name of Robin. After doing that, I'm like, no, you don't earn it. But, screw Damian, I don't like him at all. You don't need this character at all. Just kill him off already, please. But of course they won't, because now he's been in another DC animated movie. But anyway, that's Son of Batman, which is again an alright movie. I'm going to give it a so-so as a rating. When I mean so-so, this means like kind of in the middle of the road, I guess you can say type. But my rating for this film, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars for Son of Batman. Not a great movie, not a good movie, just an alright movie, just a meh time waster. Just not a fan of this one. Just really not for me. So, but anyway, guys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of Son of Batman in your opinion? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me in the comments down below. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my review of this movie. Stay tuned. Stay tuned because next, and we should have time, it's only... Okay. Alright. Well, I guess I can tell you the next one for tomorrow, Sunday. Alright, let's see. 2 more Batman animated reviews, one for today and one for tomorrow, because I'm going to do a Happy New Year video. So anyway, the next Batman animated review will be Batman Assault on Arkham. Batman Assault on Arkham. This will be coming up next, so stay tuned for this. And later I'll be doing a Happy New Year video. I did get a New Year's hat, which you guys will see later tonight. So late night at 12 a.m. So stay tuned for that if you're up still. And I'll be uploading that tonight, a Happy New Year video. So can't wait to do that video. But Anyway, Batman Assault on Arkham is the next one. Then the Happy New Year video later. Then after that, tomorrow, Sunday, I will be reviewing the sequel, I guess you can say, to Son of Batman, the second movie, and that is Batman vs. Robin, yeah, which will be tomorrow, Sunday. So, and I do need to buy some more Batman animated films just to review them. I do have some that I can review right now, but there's some coming up that I don't have that I'm going to try to buy. So, but Batman vs. Robin, that's next. So this will be for tomorrow, Sunday, so stay tuned for this. Yep. Alright guys, and tell me in the comments down below, once again, what do you think of Son of Batman in your opinion? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? What do you think of this movie in your opinion? Do you think it's, what do you think of it? Do you like it or do you hate it? Do you love it or hate it? Tell me in the comments down below what you think of this movie. And then once again is so-so, and my rating for the film is 3 out of 5 stars. So stay tuned for Batman Assault on Arkham. Next. And I'll see you soon, guys. See you a little later, okay? So stay tuned for 2 more videos today. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Bye.